Hello Nissan Cube fans, and right now Choro Cube fans. So I've got 4 different Choro Cubes of the Nissan Cube because I really like this car. It's asymmetric, meaning the one side doesn't look like the other side. You look at the windows, you can see the differences. It's just one of those funky little designs that I'm really quite surprised isn't really more popular in 164 realistic looking models. But maybe we can correct that issue today. Let me get this out here. So I picked this thing up. It's like a gashapon of a Nissan Cube. Yeah, I don't even know who makes it or what. But some tape holding it together. Let me get a knife here. One tape there, no more tape here, but the way to it is okay. I think I got it. So you got to pull this tab here, put this one the other way, and then this one down and that one up. There we go. But now that's not back. All right. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll use that for. Let's see who makes this thing. So it says 164 plus. Stasto Sandstones. What the heck is what? I don't know. I've never heard of that brand, or is that a line of products? Historically, it's Aoshima that makes these things. This is a licensed product, but I don't see Aoshima. I only see Stasto. So you might want to. I suppose you could actually take your phone and QR code that through this video. Maybe I'll do that another day. It looks like I want to put these parts together, and it comes with people, so that's kind of neat. Alright. Oh, it might require glue as well. So let me get this backed up here. And some scissors. If you don't watch any of my model kit building videos, when you take stuff off of a sprue, you're supposed to do a rough cut far away from the part, and you gotta have strong enough clippers to do that. This clear plastic in particular is stronger than regular opaque plastics. So I'm just roughly cutting those off the whole tree. Alright, so that removes a lot of tension. It's the tension that causes stress marks in the plastic. There's tons of other Gundam related videos about cutting stuff, but okay. So this looks like a painted piece of clear plastic. So once you have that, all the tension released, then you go back and you cut it again. In this case I'm using a single-sided cutter by Display, and now it shouldn't have too many stress marks because it's not under tension or compression anymore. Alright, so that's nice and clean. This is just a crystal person. What the heck is this? I don't know, but I think it's a table. Okay, and this is a bench. Not sure why they are clear. I would think that they'd be opaque. I'm not really aware of any clear people or benches, but maybe the whole model is just all clear plastic and painted. Look at the body now. Yeah, it's kind of weak. This, I don't know if they're the same plastic, but the windows on the car are very frosted. It's, see, they're not really clear. If we try to look through, yeah, see, it's very, very foggy. Whereas this bench is actually clearer, but still a little bit foggy. Yeah, well. Alright, so construction-wise, we have a foggy window held up by 2 pins. Alright, it's just friction, it looks like. Oh, and maybe the rear view mirror tab there. Yeah, I guess it's not rear view mirror, but... And then it looks like it's a white plastic that's been painted. I can see a little bit of lighter color there. Alright. And then it's like a satin finish. It actually has orange peel like a real car. Unfortunately, it also has a scratch like a used car. And then we have a bump here with some silver. And then we have molded in mirrors, but there's actually silver paint here, so that's kind of neat. And the black here is done well. The black on the A-pillar is done pretty well. Look how tight these panel gaps are. They're thinner than this toothpick. That's the nice thing about plastic and resin models. You can simply have more detail than die cast, and they're lighter, so they cost less to ship around. Cube is on the license plate, and that thing is sticking out. Alright. Some black paint in the fog light area. Sadly, no silver there. We're going to pop in the headlights and the grille. So the Nissan's not legible. It's just kind of like the shape of it. And I'm wondering if there's a top and bottom here. I don't think it matters which way you put this in. I might be wrong. No, maybe it does matter. I feel like this is the proper orientation. If you look at this curve here. So that's just a friction fit. I don't think it's going to fall out unless you constantly bang it on the table like that. So that looks much better. You know, it's nice at the headlights. I guess you could add silver paint behind there before you add that piece. But I'm too lazy. Alright. So now this side you see the asymmetric windows. This one's just blacked out here. And then, yeah, so that all looks alright. The roof has some ribbing on there. And there's some bumps here. It actually has wiper blades, but they're not painted black. Alright, well, we have an opening rear door with an opaque window. The Nissan badge is just like a shape. You can't read it. But Cube is printed, and it's very legible, so that's pretty neat. I don't know if this bump belongs here. It might have something to do with the closing. I don't think it does. I think that's this molding flash. Okay, this is the hinge bump there, and yeah, we're going to just push it in. Why does it have well, I can understand a separate piece. I'm just surprised it's not the same color as the rest. I don't know if that's... we have to wait until we get the rest of the car in there. So, we have plastic wheels held by a metal axle there. Decent enough undercarriage details, and then the wheels they look like Cube wheels for sure. Four lug nuts, and there's air passing between the spokes. They're nicely done, actually. The tire has some curvature to it. It's all one piece of plastic, but it's so well printed that it looks like, you know, oh man, but no, look at that front wheel. That's a disaster. So that's really unfortunate. I guess you can't expect the highest quality of a gumball machine, right? Alright, well anyways, we just have some good old black plastic molded interior details, decent enough, nothing really majorly wrong, except for the steering wheel maybe. It's blanked off, you know, like a Hot Wheels. Alright, well, I see. So what's going on here is this is what keeps the bottom of the gate in place. So I think you might want to carefully start adding this interior, then pop this here. There's a groove up in the roof there. And then make sure that interior piece grabs that pin as well. Push that all together. I guess that's as far as it goes. So yeah, I'd really just rather not have this rear hatch, because look how horrible it's fitting. It's like too high up there. Oh, it still fell out. Anyways, I didn't even talk about the rear bumper area. Look how nicely painted those taillights are, you know, all the different colors. And then the exhaust there is painted silver as part of that base. Okay. So you can still get that rear hatch on there. But yeah, it just looks bad, you know, all gappy like this. I would just rather have one single body instead of this weird stuff. I don't need to have a diorama, but I guess if you wanted to, there is a clear, transparent diorama here. Sorry. these things are so small, it's really hard. And it's really hard to focus on clear pieces, but this dude sits on the bench. There's a table in front of this guy here. And then for some reason there's a Nissan Cube near the person. Alright. Obviously you can paint those pieces for well enough. Well, here's some pictures. So I believe this is the first generation Cube, but I might be mistaken. Yeah, it definitely looks like the photographs. And then coincidentally I just found the advertisement for this Stasto thing. So there's 6 different colorways, and you can even get a pink woman or something as well, or a blue dude. Okay. So there it is next to the Choro Cube variation. You know, the more deformed version there. I'm going to pull out 3 other boxy vehicles. Here's a G-Wagon. This is by Kyosho. This next one is a Honda Life Diva. This is by a brand called Toyosha. They don't really make many die-cast cars, but they're not bad. They're just these weird K-Class cars. And then the most similar would be this Toyosha of a Daihatsu Tanto Custom. Okay. So the Cube is not considered a K-Class vehicle. As you can see, it's wide like a normal car, whereas K-Classes are physically much smaller, and K-Classes are only 660 cc's. I'm sure the Cube is a bigger engine than that. It's got to be over a liter. Alright. Well, I mean, it's nice that we have a somewhat realistic looking 1/64 scale Nissan Cube now. It's just that, I mean, that wheel I have is just horrible. The rear door looks horrible as well with this gappiness. It's not aligned properly. And then the windows are not clear at all. It's nice that it has an interior, but you can't see any of it through those windows at least. So that still makes me desire a realistic 1/64 scale Nissan Cube that's better than this. You know, if it has to be metal, that's fine, but at least it should have clear windows. So hopefully, I guess I'm gonna have to add that to my wish list for next year. Yeah, either first or second generation Nissan Cubes, or both. I like the car enough that it's really cool. All right, well, thank you for watching today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.